welcome back to another episode of my Georgia Bulldogs Dynasty. And we have a really fun one here today as we get to take on Tennessee. Volunteers are having a rough season this year, standing at 5-4, and just 2-4 inside the conference. We'll do a little brief preview of what they've had going so far this year, and then we will take a look at the roster, and we'll get things started. A big thing they've had, I know, is some injuries for sure. As we'll take, whenever I get to take a chance to look at the roster, I'll kind of go over that with you guys. Barely survived week 1 against the Pandas. They lost to NC State in week 2, beat Kent State, and then lost to Oklahoma before their bye week, and then they lost back-to-back games to Arkansas and Florida before upsetting Alabama at home. Had their second bye week. They beat Kentucky and then lost to Mississippi State last week. So it's been a really odd year. I mean, between getting demolished by Florida and then following that up by upsetting Alabama, both those games being at home, just doesn't make a whole lot of sense, really, on the hoof, right? Seeing a team beat Alabama makes you definitely think they can beat Florida, but that's really kind of college football in a nutshell. So they have not been great this year. But that does not mean that they are devoid of talent. They definitely have a pretty solid roster, but like I said, they have definitely dealt with some injuries that have certainly not helped out. And obviously, the most well-known star of this team is their quarterback. He's not their best player, but Nico Iamaleava. It's a hard name to say. I've never quite gotten used to it, but take a look at Nico here, redshirt freshman, super high rated overall guy, tall, athletic, really strong arm. I'm actually going to look it up since I hear it. The 97 throw power has got to be one of the strongest in the game. Nico is kind of the quintessential, he's maybe a little slender, but is kind of what you would build a quarterback in a lab of, right? Iamaleava, he's excellent. He really is somebody I think is going to be very good in Josh Heupel's system in real life. And so far this year, I mean, he has not been a major problem at all. I mean, 20 touchdowns and 5 interceptions, maybe not as explosive as you would expect in this style of offense, but you take a look, 8.9 yards per attempt when it comes to SEC. That's just kind of middle of the pack. Good completion percentage and doesn't turn the ball over. Adds a little bit of value on the ground. Does have a rushing score. This is not show. He's been sacked 26 times, so he's a good athlete. And behind him, you have Dylan Sampson, Cameron Seldon, and Khalifa Keith is their top 3. Peyton Lewis is another guy, is a true freshman that I think will be very involved later on in this dynasty, maybe not so much right now. At wide receiver, you have Squirrel White. So this has been one of the guys that's been dealing with injuries for them. Because I kind of perused their stats before hopping on. He's only got 8 catches. It's like, oh, something must be wrong, and it is. He's only played 4 games this year. Don't know exactly what he was out with, but as you can see, I mean, he had a touchdown last week, but has not been active even in the games that he's been in. But a really athletic, super fast guy. Obviously not very big, but it can definitely, create problems for defenses. We have Brew McCoy, more of the, physical possession outside receiver with some field stretching ability, but definitely more of a safety blanket type. The redshirt senior. You got Chris Brazel. Kind of in a similar mold to McCoy here. Brazel's a pretty solid athlete, great size at 6'5". Not as good a hands, but a similar route runner type. So 2 real big body guys. Have to assume Squirrel White is going to be playing in the slot, but you would like to get his field stretching ability on the outside. You have Dante Thornton as their 4th wide receiver, and then of course the big jewel of this past class in real life here is Mike Matthews, 5-star wide receiver. Really good size, just a real physical freak. One of the more talented guys in this past class, and he's been used very little despite the injury to Squirrel White. It'll be interesting to see how much we see of him. I'd like to see him. I'd like to get a little gameplay against him, but as you kind of look at this wide receiver class moving forward, Squirrel White dealing with injuries, have to assume he'll be back. Brazel will be back, and then you have Mike Matthews and like that, along with Nathan Leacock should be their top guys heading into next year. At tight end, they have Holden Stays, Ethan Davis is the top two options. That you have Charlie Browder behind those two if they do decide to go to a third tight end, which I'm not really expecting. At left tackle here, Larry Johnson is a solid guy here out of Savannah as a redshirt sophomore. Solid. Think will definitely develop into a good SEC starter as he progresses. Jackson Lampley, good left guard with Andre Carrick behind him. We got Cooper Mays, one of the best centers in the country. He's a senior, has pretty much started since the day he stepped on campus. We have Javonte Spraggins here at right guard, 83 overall. And then the other bookend here, John Campbell. Again, a solid tackle, maybe not great for a guy that's played as much ball as he has, but this is a good offensive line. Be interested to see, kind of how we match up against them. We got several guys along the defensive line and edge that are really looking like, All-American type guys. And we'll see if their offensive line, kind of how they counterbalance that. Got Dominic Bailey here at left end, solid player. Of course, the best player on the team here is James Pierce. Haven't really taken a look at his stats, but the former four-star is looking like a day one pick in the NFL draft. Has been less than stellar so far in this season. 10 tackles for loss, 2.5 sacks. But he's an excellent player, great athlete, great power moves, finesse moves. I mean, just a 99 finesse move right now, he is elite. This is a problem player. This is a avoid him unless you have no other choice type of defender. Caleb Herring backing him up along with Joshua Josephs and Jordan Ross. So their right end room is stacked. 4 guys at least right now that are trending at 80 overall and above, and obviously the 96 on Pierce. Defensive tackle, we have Amari Thomas, big body run stopper. Bryson Eason, a little bit more of the pass rusher between them, both of them being redshirt seniors. Got David Hobbs and Jackson Moy, behind them. Left outside linebacker, not a guy really ready to be starting for a college football team here in Chandavian Bradley. Behind him, we have Ben Bolton. Middle linebacker, things step up a little bit. You got Keenan Peely and Nova Francois, along with Jeremiah Lander behind them. So solid middle linebacker group, nothing spectacular, and not the best athletes, but solid players. Right outside linebacker, you have Arion Carter and Caleb Perry. So, again, Pierce is obviously the headline, but a pretty good defensive line for sure. One of the better ones that we faced so far this year, and they've got the best player that we played along the defensive line so far in Pierce. The linebacker group is not great. Decent athletes, but just not great players. Here at corner, a guy they're dealing with injury here, Ricky Gibson. He's out for the year. Fractured kneecap. Definitely a guy that they're going to miss. Their number one corner, obviously, is a sophomore. You got Jordan Matthews is now taking over that number one spot. He's got really good speed, but not an overly developed cover guy. Got Jermod McCoy behind him. Again, both these guys have really good size. And, Gibson does as well, but he's not playing. McCoy, good size, good speed. Jalen McMurray, probably a guy we're going to try to take advantage of here with his lack of speed. Again, not being a great cover guy despite being a junior. And behind him, we do have Caleb Beasley kind of rounding out their top 4. We'll take a look at Christian Harrison and Marcus Gore as well. At free safety, you have junior Jordan Thomas and Jacoby Thomas there. Again, not great athletes. That's more of the Boo Carter really here, but good players. Definitely more run support. I think there are people that we can take advantage of in coverage. It's a 74 or 72 zone. You got to figure that's what they're going to be doing the most. But good run supporting safeties. And at strong safety, they are dealing with an injury here to Andre Turrentine. He is got a dislocated ankle, so he's now out a couple of weeks. So good defensive line, okay linebackers, and a solid-ish secondary as Christian Charles will be starting at strong safety for them. I think the best case for Georgia, you're able to throw the ball and create a couple of good runs and kind of get ahead of the chains and kind of be able to maintain balance, obviously. But I think we can take shots on this defense. I think we're going to be able to throw the ball. So for Tennessee, they have got to really hope that Nico has a great game and that they are able to create holes with their, real fun, kind of funky, I don't want to call it gimmicky offense, but that's kind of their best chance. And we have this game at home. I mean, if you look at it, we're better than Tennessee, and that shows, in the record. We're at 8-1. We're at the number 2 in the country, only behind Michigan. But yeah, you never know. Any given Saturday, it's a rivalry game. And let me just say, I don't think they have any cool away uniforms or anything. Maybe. Let's see. We'll give them the orange pants there. And we'll get things going. This game is in Sanford Stadium in Athens, Georgia. A big home game. The last conference home game of the season. With a chance to, win here guarantees us a spot in the conference championship game. I probably should have looked at it beforehand to see if I lost, if we would even still be in there. But yeah, fans are blacking it out for us, even without us wearing the black jerseys. Really cool shot there coming out of the tunnel. And there, your Georgia Bulldogs, again, hosting the rival Tennessee Volunteers. Wow, really excellent environment. Kind of wish I would have just worn the black jerseys now, but we just did that a couple weeks ago. So yeah, Georgia hosting Tennessee. Again, when I was growing up, Tennessee was was dominating us. In the 90s, we kind of flipped the switch there in the early 2000s, and for the most part, I mean, it has been definitely in Georgia's favor. This century. So as the opening kickoff will be taken for a touchback, and we see Georgia is leading the all-time series 28-23, and we do see Nico Iamaleava. I'll just call him Nico. Not great with the pronunciation on his name, but super talented kid. It's a big wide open set. The first play of the game goes to Sampson, and he gets wrapped up by Dalen Everett coming inside from his corner spot. It's a 3 wide receiver set. Sampson beside Nico. It's going to be another run. He gets wrapped up by Warren Brinson. It is now a 3rd and 5. Let's see if the Georgia Bulldogs can force a 3 and out here on the opening series. This is going to be a run. He is wrapped up by Raylan Wilson and Janelle Aguero. And Tennessee's going to have to punt a 3 and out. Cannot believe they did not put the ball in Nico's hands there on a 3rd and 5, and the punt is away. Anthony Evans back to receive the kick. Anthony Evans makes the first guy miss. Anthony Evans showing off his speed, gets it close to the 40, and Georgia will start with the ball at the 37. Carson Beck's been on fire the past couple of games. I think it's 14 touchdowns against 3 picks over the last 3 games. He's been really, really good. And we do see Trevor Etienne, had the best game of the season for him last week. Almost 140 yards in the first play of the game. Does go to Etienne. Etienne gets a little bit of running room there, only a gain of 2. As they definitely went out of their way to try to stop him on that play. Beck comes out with this bunch set under center again. He fakes the handoff. They're going to dump that out to Urasek. The ball gets knocked away. Excellent play there by the defender. Let's see who that was. Can't really see the number. Yeah, Georgia here on a early 3rd and 8 themselves, looking to not have a 3 and out. Beck takes the snap. He's going to get sacked, eaten alive by James Pierce, comes off the edge. Again, Pierce has been a little disappointing so far this season. Just his 3rd full sack of the season. He's up to 3.5 now on the year. Sampson on the return gets it up to about the 35. Tennessee gets the ball. Both teams go 3 and out. On their opening possessions, 3 wide receiver set. This is a play action pass. And he is going to dump it off short to the tight end. Stays there. And again, we see that hurry up. You're going to see that an awful lot in this game. Sampson in the backfield with Nico. And it is a carry to Sampson, who gets wrapped up by a couple of Bulldogs defenders. Mondin leading the way. Now, in a 5 wide receiver set. Takes the drop back. Tries to go over the middle, and the ball is knocked away. Aguero with a good hit on the receiver. The ball gets knocked away, and it is the 3rd straight 3 and out to start this game. The punt again is off. Anthony Evans back there, and he's going to call a fair catch that Georgia will start with the ball this time at the 12-yard line. Let's see what Georgia tries to do here to see if they can be the first team to get the offense going. Beck sends Dom Lovett in motion. Lovett is going to take it, and he gets wrapped up by James Pierce. Just too good of a player there. They try to just get Lovett wide of him off the block from Oscar Delp, but it was not meant to be. Georgia, 2nd and 14, trying to get a lot of this yardage back. Beck fakes the handoff, gets it up to Evans, and we have the first down of the day. Able to find Anthony Evans, the speedster, who had a career day last week as well. Able to get him in space. Beck takes the handoff. It's a carry to ETN. ETN tries to spin his way up. Only a gain of 1 there. Did not get the blocking you're necessarily looking for there on that play, to say the least. You now see a 3 wide receiver set here to the left. ETN besides Beck. They send Anthony Evans in motion. Send Anthony Evans back. He's going to get that ball out to Anthony Evans. And Evans, showing off the speed, gets up the field. I believe that is going to count as a run for him, even though it was a little RPO pass. But Beck, again, getting Anthony Evans involved. Beck got a bunch set to his right. ETN also to his right. It is a carry to ETN. ETN's got running room. ETN spins out 2 defenders. ETN inside the 25, inside the 20. Excellent carry for the junior, who, as the season has gone on, looks as if he is heating up. Beck, Andrew Temple in the backfield with him. He sends Dylan Bell in motion. And that is going to be a pass out to Bell. Bell working, gets a first down, gets to about the 5-yard line. Georgia running a little bit more RPO action than what we are accustomed to here early in the season. ETN to Beck's left. He hands it off to ETN. ETN just runs up the field. Only a gain of 2 there. Let's see what Georgia decides to do. Georgia not entirely sure what look they want to give his team. He's got Delp one-on-one on the outside. This is just going to be a deep handoff to ETN this time. ETN gets stopped at the line, 5 carries for 48 yards. Beck, 4 wide set, sends ETN in motion. He gets out to ETN. Perfect play call as Georgia had the numbers after they sent the cornerback blitz, and ETN takes it into the end zone on the swing pass. Nice read from Beck. Got the indicator that the corner was blitzing off the edge. And Georgia up 6-0 right now. That is Beck's 32nd touchdown of the season. Closing in on Aaron Murray's single season touchdown record here. All signs are indicating that if he keeps up the momentum he's got right now, that he will break that record heading into hopefully the SEC championship game. Thorson will kick it off. It is 7-0 Georgia. Tennessee has not gotten a first down on either one of their first two possessions, and Raylan Wilson just destroys the return man, Mike Matthews. Matthews' only snaps so far have been on special teams. Sampson in the backfield. Oh, and Sampson gets looked like he was able to bounce off the tackle there of Warren Brinson, but does go down after only a gain of 3. It's another run. Oh, it's a play action pass, but Nico is sacked. Jalen Walker comes off the edge and wraps up Nico for a big loss there, setting up a 3rd and 14. Jalen Walker, he is trying to raise his draft stock. He has put up an outstanding campaign. Tennessee looking to avoid going 3 and out for the 3rd time in his mini series here. And that is an excellent throw over the middle, but it's a fumble. Malachi Starks on the recovery. Mondin hits the receiver. Malachi Starks with the recovery. And Georgia set up for a chance here to go up a couple of scores if that stands. Mondin. Let's take a look at the hit here. Brew McCoy gets open. It is a first down, but he takes a mean lick. He might have been down. Let's see if they opt to challenge it here. And they do not. Beck comes out. 5 wide receiver set. He takes the snap. That ball was almost intercepted. Looked like he made the right read as the cornerback went to move back with Dylan Bell, but he does jump it, almost picks it off. Beck this time going to take the snap. He is going to get that to London Humphreys. London Humphreys able to get up the field, showing off his speed. Breaks the tackle, gets to about the 7-yard line here. And Georgia, again, continuing to move the ball. They got a 4 wide set. ETN in the backfield. They send ETN in motion. And they draw up a tight end screen. Oscar Delp into the end zone. I believe that is his 10th touchdown reception of the season. And Bulldog Nation is on their feet as Georgia, in front of a blackout crowd, is up 2 scores. It's the first time this year Georgia has hit anybody with this play. Delp jumps over a man on the ground and gets into the end zone. Carson Beck showing a lot of efficiency early in this one. Again, did luckily avoid what could have easily been a pick 6 a couple of plays ago. But Georgia now, after the Woodring kick, they are up 14-0. Tennessee has had 9 total offensive plays. And while they did technically get a first down, they have not actually had a second set of downs so far today. Down 14-0. Nico, 4 wide receiver set. Sampson behind him. Or excuse me, beside him. And this is a run to Sampson, who's able to bounce a little bit inside of Mondin, but does get wrapped up. Tackled after a gain of 4. Nico sending some guys in motion. It is a carry to Sampson, who gets speared by Jalen Walker, bringing out his inner Goldberg. Nico and this Tennessee team desperate for any momentum on offense, as he is going to duck that one down. Stays, gets run out of bounds, and they are going to have to punt it again. This offense just having no success so far in this game. Georgia getting possession. Anthony Evans gets up the field. Anthony Evans has got speed. Anthony Evans has got green grass and a punter in front of him. Anthony Evans cuts it back against the field. He's going to bring it into the end zone. Anthony Evans, the sophomore, is officially a star. If you can just get the ball in his hands, he is a game changer. I would argue one of the biggest ones in the SEC. Don't let the stats tell the full story. Just watch him when he gets his hands on the ball. Anthony Evans took a kickoff back against Clemson in the season opener. Takes his first punt return back for a touchdown in his career. Woodring puts it through, and Georgia is up 21-0 in the first quarter. Tennessee has got nothing done on offense. They have the fumble that turned into a quick score for Georgia. They had a missed interception opportunity of themselves, and now have given up a punt return touchdown. Tennessee is fighting for their lives, and this game just got going. Nico takes the snap. It's a handoff to Sampson. Sampson breaks out. Sampson with a really nice run there. He gets finally knocked down by Everett after Aguero kind of has him wrapped up. First really good play for Tennessee's offense. The first real positive bit of momentum for them. Nico trying to make sure that play leads to some further success. This is another nice run by Dylan Sampson. Sampson doing last two plays has done an excellent job with finding space in this Georgia defense. Sampson again to Nico's right. It's again a carry to Sampson. This time he does get wrapped up for a shorter game, but it does go for a first down. Now for the first time today, we do see backup running back Khalifa Keith, and he gets wrapped up after a gain of one. Mondin on the tackle there. Or excuse me, that is not Keith. That must be Peyton Lewis. Nico hands it off to Lewis again, tries to find a hole. He gets wrapped up. He's able to fall forward for a gain of 5, so not a bad carry there at all. Let's see what Georgia can do here. Tennessee for the first time today really showing off some moves, and he hands the ball off again. Gaping hole there on the left side. And that is the end of the first quarter. Georgia up 21-0, but Tennessee is driving. So we see, take a look at this two running backs, both of them exactly at 48 yards, but one of them done it on double the carries and hasn't found the end zone. Trevor Etienne off to a really good start here. Get a 4 wide receiver set for the Volunteers. It's a bunch set on the left. This is going to be a quick RPO action out to Squirrel White. Gain of 9 before he gets brought down there by Julian Humphrey, and Malachi starts. Again, we see this super spread out Tennessee offense. Sampson in the backfield. It is a carry to Sampson, who gets wrapped up but falls forward. He runs tough. I'll give Sampson that. He's a heck of a running back and a really good fit for what Tennessee likes to do here. Tennessee really likes to spread you out, and then they try to run the ball. That's kind of the thing that I think gets forgotten about. With all the success, that they had for a couple of years there before Joe Milton took over as quarterback last year, this is a team that likes to run the football. They spread you out and hit you in the mouth. They make you take the linebackers and safeties and stuff out of the box with the speed they have at wide receivers. It's another carry and another tough tackle, and that is actually going to be short. And it looks like they are leaving their offense on the field. Does Tennessee decide to run the football here? And they do not. It is a drop back to pass, and that ball is complete. Heck of a catch there over the middle by Brazel, I believe it was. Yes. Had the man all over him, but he used his 6'5" frame to bring it down. It's a first down on a 4th down conversion there. Nico in the backfield. It's another handoff to Sampson. This time he gets wrapped up for a loss of 1. Vols helped finish off the tackle there. Three wide set. They do have the tight end there. It is another handoff to Sampson. Sampson's going to break it out wide. Excellent run blocking. Sampson finds the end zone using patience and vision there to put Tennessee on the board for the first time in this one. 21-6 now. Dylan Sampson, Georgia, again struggling a little bit to stop the run. And if this kick is good, and it is, it's a 21-7 game. And Georgia will receive the kick. A lot of time left here in the second quarter. Arian Smith, they decide to kick it away from Anthony Evans. Smith puts a pretty good return up, takes it up to the 25. Let's see what Georgia decides to do now. Three wide receiver set. Beck sends Lovett in motion. It's that touch pass to Lovett again, and Lovett has got a lot of green grass. Lovett with plenty of speed. Tries to go down the sideline, tries to cut inside, is almost in the red zone. Dominique Lovett. And that now makes Carson Beck over 3,000 passing yards on the season. Beck has been excellent so far this year, backing up what was an excellent campaign for him last year, obviously. Let's see what Georgia decides to do here. They come out in a three wide receiver set to the left. ETN with Beck. Beck is going to give it a handoff. ETN tries to follow Ratledge, but the defense is able to blow it up. Only a gain of 2 there. Again, they come out with that same look. Beck surveying the field. Sends Evans in motion. Bounces Evans back outside, and it is a pass out to Evans. Evans tries to shake the defender. Only a gain of 3 there. Got a 3 bunch set here to the right out of the shotgun. It's a 3rd and 5. Beck. Trying to figure out exactly what he wants here. Beck takes the snap. He's going to get that ball to ETN. ETN catches it, gets a first down. The linebacker not able to get out there fast enough. ETN with the first down. Let's see what Georgia decides to do is Beck audibling out here. That's going to be a pass to Delp. Delp in the end zone for his 2nd touchdown of the game. Georgia responds, and Delp hits him with the Heisman. Don't necessarily know if he's going to win that, but he has had an excellent campaign in replacing Brock Bowers, the junior. Has been as good as any tight end in college football, if not clearly the best. And Beck Hardy with 3 touchdown passes here in the first half. Woodring knocks it through, and it is 28-7. Georgia with the quick response, getting that one almost entirely through the air. Thorson kicks it off. See if Mike Matthews decides to take it out, and he does. The freshman able to hurdle over the first defender, but should have taken the touchback, does not get out to the 20-yard line. Nico Iamaleava sends his tight end in motion. Sampson beside him. It is a handoff to Sampson, who gets good run blocking again. Does finally get tackled by Raylan Wilson after a gain of 5. Georgia's been trying to mix up some coverages here, trying to confuse Nico. Nico takes the snap. It's a handoff, but he gets wrapped up by Raylan Wilson, and then Christian Miller helps get the final stop. That is a handoff to Sampson, who breaks a tackle, breaks another, gets to the 45-yard line. Sampson now at 100 yards. Definitely more of a botched play there by Mondin. Excuse me, by Raylan Wilson, but it is a first down. Tennessee, a play action pass, and he is sacked again. Jalen Walker having himself a day. Second sack of the game. Already, I believe, has at least, I know for sure, one other tackle for loss. Great first half for him. Nico now does have Cameron Seldon for the first time behind him, and it is a read option play, and he gets blown up in the backfield. Jalen Walker with 2 sacks, 4 tackles for loss already in this game, and it is now a 3rd and 18. And he's still able to find a receiver open. Brazel up the seam. Huge play there. Tennessee looking to get on the scoreboard again. Got Mike Matthews in there, running back now. Does he get the carry? He does not. It's a read option. Nico gets tackled hard by Aguero there, but does get a first down carry. You do not want your star freshman quarterback taking those kind of hits. This is now a run. He gets picked up and body slammed by Tyrion Ingram Dawkins, otherwise known as TID, Tid. 2nd and goal. Tennessee at the 5-yard line. Sampson again lined up, and it is again a read option. This time it is blown up by Nazir Stackhouse. A 3rd and goal, and we're now at the 2-minute warning. 3rd and goal from the 9-yard line. Would not be completely surprised if it was a run and to make it a 4-down territory play. Nico trying to find somebody, just throws it out of the back of the end zone. And Tennessee opts to kick the field goal here, trying to make it a 28-10 game. And it's up and it is good. Tennessee does get on the board again here from off of Turbeville's field goal. And Anthony Evans is going to get a chance here to return the kick. Anthony Evans tries to bounce it outside. Tries to make a play. Jalen Walker a little shaken up here at the end of that play. Hopefully nothing too serious. Georgia 5 wide receiver set. And we get a false start from Xavier Truss. Georgia's been the best team in college football this year when it comes to avoiding penalties by a pretty significant margin. Jalen Walker dealing with some bruised ribs. We'll give him a little break here. He can go to the locker room early here. Georgia again with this 5 wide receiver set. Beck takes the snap. He's going to dump that ball to Anthony Evans. Evans gets a block from Dylan Bell. Gets a first down plus more. Beck takes the snap. He's going to throw that ball up to Anthony Evans. Evans, it's knocked away, and then he almost catches it. Beck just trying to get that ball out of his hands quickly, as it looked like they were sending pressure off the edge. Beck, 4 wide set. He takes the snap. It's up to Lovett. Lovett gets the first down. Georgia's just going to call a timeout here again. Plenty of time. They got 2 timeouts. Just want to make sure they're getting the right play that they want. Get a 4 wide set here again. ETN beside Beck. Beck takes the snap. He's going to dump that out to ETN. ETN gets enough of a block. Whoop! ETN up the sideline. Whoop! He's inside the red zone. That's why you call the timeout, boys and girls. Get yourself in the play that you want. Beck. 4 wide set. He takes the snap. Oh, he tries to He was looking to get Oscar Delp, I believe, his third touchdown of the game there, but gets hit by James Pierce just as he gets ready to release the ball. Beck sends ETN in motion. He is going to get that ball out to ETN, who's got blocking. ETN able to nearly get the first down. ETN now dealing with an injury here. Hopefully, again, nothing too serious. That will be Georgia. Will have to burn their second timeout now. Dealing with that injury, Branson Robinson in the backfield with Beck. It is a carry to Branson. Branson was first toe to the game. Does get a first down. Again, Georgia's got plenty of time here. It's a 1st and goal. Beck takes the snap. He gets immediately sacked off the edge. Caleb Herring, I don't think he even got touched on that play. Now a 2nd and goal from the 13, just trying to make this a more manageable shot here on the next down. They send Andrew Temple in motion. Beck just going to get up, try to get it's about a yard. Let's see what Georgia decides to do here. Still got about 20 seconds left. Definitely want to make sure they get the chance at the field goal, and he tries to get that ball to Delp again, but gets hit right as he releases it. Not a very clean finish there to the to that drive, but Georgia is in field goal range. Woodring boots it right down the middle, and they are up. 3 scores again here now, 31-10. Woodring has definitely gotten more accurate as the season has gotten older here. Mike Matthews does kneel that one down. There's 11 seconds left. Certainly expecting this to just be a run and for them to get out of this first half. And it is, in fact, a run to Dylan Sampson. Sampson just continues to find good running room. Tennessee decides to call a timeout. 4 wide set, 3 to the left for Nico. Nico does drop back to pass, and they do try to heave it. There's 2 Georgia Bulldog defenders. They're almost a hellacious diving catch by Brazel to finish off the first half, but Georgia up big early. They have taken advantage of the mistakes. Tennessee has not. You see Monden's stat line there, really good first half. Jalen Walker with an excellent first half. Beck has been largely great. Did get away with 1 throw. Dylan Sampson has been the leading man here for sure for Tennessee. He's been outstanding. ETN is having a very good day in the backfield. As you see, that's a nice play to Dominic Lovett here, who had plenty of green grass, a lot of blocking there on the jet sweep touch pass. Thought for a second there he was going to score, but did not. And Tennessee has to kick off to Georgia to start this second half. Hopefully guys like Walker and ETN, who are a little banged up at the end of the first half, they're hopefully fine, and we'll be back out here. We'll see here momentarily. Arian Smith takes it up to the 20 for Georgia. Will open up possession with the ball. It's a bunch set under center for Beck. It's a handoff to Branson. Branson with a lot of running room. Jukes out the guy. He keeps going. He's at midfield. Branson Robinson. Excellent carry there. And again, it does look as if ETN is okay, but they're going to rely on Branson. And now Roderick Robinson in for his first snap of the game. Roderick Robinson up the middle, running tough. Does gain 3 there despite being hit right at the line of scrimmage. As we now see Branson come back out. It's a 2nd and 7. Beck, 3 wide receivers. Oscar Delp. Delp goes in motion. It is a carry to Branson. Branson tries to just fall forward, gains a couple there. It's now a 3rd and 4. Let's see what Georgia decides to do here. Beck takes the snap. He's going to try to just dump that ball away to Branson as he gets hit again. And Georgia's offense is going to stay on the field. Let's see if they can come away with a first down. It's a 5 wide receiver set. Beck takes the snap. He's going to get that ball to Dylan Bell over the middle. Dylan Bell makes sure to catch it. He gets the first down. Georgia keeps the offense moving on the 4th down conversion. Beck again calling the audible. He's under center. Beck takes the snap. He fakes the handoff. He's going to try to dump that off to Bell and almost gets, to Lovett, and almost gets intercepted. Saw a lot of defenders at the line of scrimmage. Beck tried then to simply get the ball out of his hands, try to get in a one-on-one motion there. Beck sends Anthony Evans in motion. And he does get the ball out to Evans. Evans, a little late on the throw there by Beck. Evans is not able to do anything with it. Let's see if Georgia can create a big play opportunity here. 4 wide set. Beck takes the snap. He's going to loft that one up. Anthony Evans catches it at the 1-yard line. Evans, just his speed is just too much for some of these defenses to be able to handle. What a throw. Look at this. Just a beautiful shot to Evans. Might actually use that as a thumbnail. Just in case. Georgia now at the 1-yard line. Branson Robinson comes in for Trevor Etienne. Robinson gets the carry and gets into the end zone. Georgia continues to grow their lead. Branson says to put them to sleep. It's 37-10 Georgia over the Tennessee Volunteers. It seems like as soon as Tennessee has started to build up this program under Josh Heupel, Georgia had just continued to push them down when they've gotten a chance. Now they get a Tennessee team that has been reeling this year. And they are putting this one away at about 5.5 minutes left in the 3rd quarter, and Georgia is up 38-10. Thorson now to kick it off. Boots it away. See if Mike Matthews decides to take it out. He does not. He'll kneel it down. In Nico Iamaleava. Make a play. If nothing else, you're trying to build momentum here as you are attempting to get to, bowl eligibility. Not that this game is completely over, but being down 4 touchdowns when you've only scored 10 points with 5 minutes left in the 3rd quarter certainly does not speak to a big comeback effort here as he does dump that ball out. Nico does to Sampson. Sampson's a good ball player. So versatile. Nico hands it off again to Sampson. They are just using him to death. He gets wrapped up by Julian Humphrey and Ellis Robinson. Shut it down there. Looks like for a loss of a little bit, as Mondon was the first player to meet Sampson. This is going to be a play-action pass, and he dumps it out to Sampson again. 3rd straight play with a touch, and Dylan Sampson now dealing with a bit of an injury here. Again, Georgia up 38-10. We are now at about the 4.5-minute mark left here in the 3rd quarter. It's a 3rd and 7. Cameron Smith. And Nico runs the read option. He gets absolutely smoked by Mondin. He fumbles and it is picked up by Ellis Robinson. What a series of events. Nico and Tennessee just good shot there by Mondin right on the ball. Tennessee just cannot get lucky here. Beck sends Lovett in motion. It's Lovett again. He gets wrapped up. James Pierce cannot run that play to that side with that man right there. Let's see Georgia now. In a 2nd and 12. Beck out of the shotgun. He takes the snap. He's going to get this Dylan Bell. Dylan Bell just get up the field. Makes it more of a 3rd and manageable here. Beck has been super efficient. Not a ton of deep plays down the field, but has certainly done enough to get the job done. Beck, 3rd and 4. He takes the snap. Beck is out of there on a scramble. Beck gonna get it out of bounds inside the Tennessee 35. Beck showing off the wheels there. Beck does not have Stetson Bennett's athleticism, but does make a play there. This carry goes to ETN. ETN just runs it straight up, able to fall forward through the contact for a gain of 5. Oops, wrong thing. Sorry, guys. ETN comes off the field. Looks like they're going to put a Roderick Robinson in. ETN definitely dealing with, you know, kind of the struggles of the season so far. He's been banged up. He has had the ball a lot so far this year. He's had a very good game. Looks like they're going to try to give him a bit of a breather as we now see Branson Robinson in the backfield. It's a 3 wide receiver set, 2nd and 5. It is a carry to Branson, and James Pierce is able to blow that one up in the backfield. We will see if Georgia can get another 3rd down conversion here. Bunch set to the right. ETN back in the backfield. Beck sends Evans in motion, excuse me. And that is going to be a handoff to ETN, unable to break the tackle. Georgia's going to have to attempt a field goal here by Peyton Woodring. And that kick is no good. Just barely missed it to the right. Woodring had plenty of leg. Just as we start giving Woodring some praises, he does miss a kick there. Nico back out in a 3 wide set. You never guessed it. Hands it off to Sampson, who is having a great day, but is just not able to. Tennessee doesn't have any points to show for his efforts today, that's for sure. Nico 3 wide. It's a read option. He gets blown up again by Aguero. Just a gain of 3 there by Nico. Tennessee, 2nd and 7. Nico takes the snap. It's an RPO action. Gets it out to Squirrel White. I believe that's only his 2nd catch of the day. Both of them have been on those little RPO hitches. But it does go for a 1st down. They've spread them out super wide, a double wide receiver stack set. This one goes to Sampson. He gets wrapped up in the backfield, or excuse me, for a short gain there. Mondin before Julian Humphrey able to help him clean it up. They have spread this defense out, make you cover every blade of grass. That ball is thrown right to Ellis Robinson, who intercepts it. Taylor Walker now dealing with another injury here. A little shaken up after the play, but Bulldog Nation is celebrating the interception by Ellis Robinson, as Nico just threw that ball just directly to him. Let's see what Georgia is going to decide to do here. Got Roderick Robinson in the backfield with Beck. 3 wide receiver look. Beck calls an audible. Beck takes the snap. He's going to get that ball out to Dominique Lovett. Lovett gains about 4 or 5 there as Tennessee now dealing with an injury to, I believe it's Amari Thomas. But a nice First down play there, gain of 9 for Lovett. You'll see the 3 wide receiver set, Roderick Robinson in the backfield. It is a handoff to Roderick, who's able to bounce inside, gains about 3 there, and gets the first down. Three wide set. Beck with Roderick Robinson in the backfield. He takes a snap, he dumps it out, RPO action. Oscar Delp able to make a safety miss and gets up the field. First time we've seen that play this year as well for this Georgia offense. 3rd catch for Delp. He's got 2 scores on the day. Beck takes the snap. It's a handoff to Roderick Robinson, who gets tackled by James Pierce but does gain 4 yards on the play. Georgia trying to start burning some of this clock out. Maybe the last play of the 3rd quarter here. It's a 3 wide set, Delp on the field. Beck has Roderick Robinson beside him. It is a handoff to Roderick. They get some good blocking. Roderick delivers a blow to the linebacker, gain of 3. Makes it a 3rd and 2. What does Georgia decide to do here to end the 3rd quarter? Georgia comes out. Don't know if they're actually going to take a snap. And nope, Beck is going to let the clock run out. Georgia up 38-10 heading into the 4th quarter. Tennessee has turned it over too many times today, have not taken advantage of Dylan Sampson's excellent day on the ground. Nico in this passing game have just not been outstanding, and that's what they needed. I mean, Georgia has kind of done exactly what we thought they were going to do offensively. There's just not been enough positives for this Tennessee team. Beck takes the snap. He's going to dump back to Delp. Delp catches it through the contact, gets the first down. Beck again comes out. Roderick Robinson. He dumps that out. Dominique Lovett on the RPO takes it in. Georgia extends their lead. Put them to sleep for sure this time. Dominique Lovett, the senior, has had an excellent campaign, is having an excellent game. Georgia has buried the soon-to-be Georgia now. Up 45-10. That's going to be a pass down the field. Heck of a throw by Nico and a catch by Brazel. Nico taking the snap. Sorry, I was thinking about the guy who was covering theirs. Really nice play by Nico. They're able to get another first down. Khalifa Keith. Nice little after the catch play there. Got Khalifa Keith in the backfield with him. They have taken Nico out. That is a throw up the middle. Heck of a play there. Merklinger has been on the field, so I did not see that they had taken out Nico. I guess that means that I will do the same, but Tennessee now driving down. Khalifa Keith runs hard on that carry. Georgia trying to keep Tennessee's backups out of the end zone. And that is in. Keith is going to score a touchdown. Georgia's starting defense gives up, excuse me, that was Peyton Lewis, gives up a touchdown to Tennessee's backups. And the kick is good. We get a little rough in the kicker action, I guess, there now. Georgia will be up 45-17. And yeah, let's take out the, once we get done with this, we will take out the starters. Really wish there was a faster way to do this, but we will make it work as much as we can. Man, it's been so great having the college football games back. Again, I'm sorry, there's not a not a faster way to do this, but we'll do it as quickly as we can. KJ there, we'll put in Pope there. Just put Roderick in there as third down back. Put Humphreys in the slot. Yeah, we're good to go. Georgia again up 45-17. As Tennessee is going to kick it away. Got less than 7 minutes left in the game. We definitely expect Georgia to just chew the clock here. We get a bunch set here with Georgia's backups. Gunnar Stockton has Branson Robinson beside him, and Roderick Robinson. Roderick does take the carry, a gain of 4. Gunnar Stockton certainly looks like he will be the starting quarterback for Georgia next year. Might obviously pique an eye, no reason not to the transfer portal, as Branson Robinson with a nice carry there. We'll see Roderick Robinson come back out there. Branson's had a couple of carries, but yeah. Gunner's a better athlete than Beck, maybe without quite the arm, obviously without the experience. It's another nice carry there by Roderick Robinson, almost gets a first down. So definitely interested kind of to see how things develop if we decide to do different things with the offense here. Gunnar Stockton fakes the handoff, gonna get that out to Eurosec, breaks the tackle, is gonna get it up to about the 40. But yeah, I think Gunner's got a very, very fun skill set, and he has definitely waited his turn and is deserving of a chance to start for sure. And then we'll just see kind of how things play out from there. Stockton hasn't gotten to throw the ball a whole lot this year because he's come in these blowout situations, but has looked good when he's had to. This is another run by Roderick Robinson, who delivers a blow and falls forward, makes it a 3rd and 1. 38 yards on 8 carries. We now see Andrew Temple come into the game here. Temple gets the carry, gets up the field, gets tackled after a first down run. Gunnar Stockton, 3 wide set, Branson beside him. It is a carry for Branson, who gets a lot of running room, excellent blocking there, gets a first down, and that will take us to the 2-minute warning. Georgia trying to put this game on ice. This was just a really dominant effort. Stockton takes the snap, hand off to Robinson. Robinson just pulls forward there for a gain of 1. Stockton again in the shotgun. Robinson to his left. It is a handoff to Robinson, who makes a nice cut up the field, almost gets a first down. I think Georgia is going to not kneel the ball out here. Georgia, I think, is going to try to run a play. It's another carry to Roderick Robinson. Roderick Robinson gets into the end zone. Exclamation point, statement made. Georgia will never forget all the Nick Chubb jokes from the mid-2010s. Georgia with a statement made in this one. Again, the last SEC game of the regular season. Georgia will clinch a berth into the conference championship. I believe, only having the one conference loss. Thorson kicks it away. And that goes to Lewis, who gets a nice little return there. There's 33 seconds left. Let's see if Merklinger even throws or if they just run this clock out. It is a throw, and it is a pass, and it is a completion. Merklinger's looked solid in this little relief. Unfortunately for Tennessee, it was all for naught. As Merklinger throws the ball away there. He's got 17 seconds left in this game. It is now a 3rd and 5. Really nice throw by Merklinger all the way across the field on a curl route. Jesus. That is a first down for Tennessee. Merklinger in the shotgun. Last snap of the game is going to be a screen, and it is wrapped up in the backfield, and Georgia finishes off a 52-17 win. All the trio, the top trio of running backs all scored rushing touchdowns. They got 3 turnovers off of Tennessee. They're now up to 30 wins in the series, lengthening their lead in it. Carson Beck, again, your player of the game, over 300 yards passing, nearly 77% completion percentage, and 4 scores through the air, is really making his case, I think. A late push. I think the turnovers probably keep him, as Anthony Evans there with the punt return touchdown. Really excellent play by him. He got so much speed. Excellent player. The turnovers, I think, are going to hurt Beck, but he's been, we'll take a look kind of nationally at the stats here as we're getting to the last couple of weeks of the season. But Beck, 23 of 30, 308 yards, 4 scores, as we just said. He also did have a couple of nice scrambles there. Roderick Robinson, 11 for 54 and a score. ETN, 8 for 55. Branson Robinson, 7 for 59 and a score. ETN had a receiving touchdown, not a rushing touchdown. Beck, Temple, Evans had the one RPO that ended up being a rush there, 1 for 12 yards. Lovett, 6 for 87 and a score. Evans, 5 for 75 through the air. ETN, 4 for 57 and that score through the air. Out of the backfield, Delt, 4 for 42 and 2 tugs. Dylan Bell, 3 for 29. Leonard Humphreys, 1 for 18. And Yurcek, 1 for 8. Defensively, Ellis Robinson and Smile Mondin each with 15 tackles and a tackle for loss. Ellis Robinson included an interception. Mondin had a forced fumble. Humphrey had a really good day there as well. Tackles for loss, we had Jalen Walker with 4 TFLs and 2 sacks. Julian Humphrey, 2 TFLs. Christian Miller, 2 TFLs. Stackhouse, Ted, Mondin, Raylan Wilson, and Ellis Robinson each with tackles for loss. Again, the only 2 sacks we had were Jalen Walker. The interception was the Ellis Robinson. And it had 2 forced fumbles from Mondin, recovered by Starks and Ellis Robinson. Of course, just to take a peek at it, did have Anthony Evans with a punt return touchdown. We will now take a look at Nico's stat line. 10 of 14, 126, an interception. speaking candidly, I feel like teams in this game run the ball a lot more than they actually do in real life. I mean, just 14 pass attempts for him. And we had Merklinger, who had a drive and had 7 passing attempts. You know what I mean? A drive and a half, I guess. But Nico was just okay. I mean, obviously plenty accurate enough. 71% completion percentage, but only throwing 14 passes and one of them being picked off. Sampson had 28 carries, 125 yards, and a score. Nico had 4 yards rushing. Had a couple of decent little read option plays, but did have a couple of sacks. Peyton Lewis 4 for 19 and a score on the ground. Khalifa Keith 1 for 5. Stays 3 catches, 10 yards. Dylan Sampson 2 for 30 out of the backfield. Khalifa Keith 2 for 15 out of the backfield. Brazel 2 for 49. Almost had an excellent catch in the first half, but was unable to get it. And Squirrel White did only have 2 catches for 19 yards. Caleb Webb 2 for 32. Lee Cox, 1 for 16. Dante Thornton 1 for 27. Brew McCoy 1 for 18. Just didn't throw the ball a whole lot. Defensively for them, they had Peely here with 16 tackles. Boo Carter with 10. James Pierce, though, was a force. 7 tackles, 4 tackles for loss in the sack, and it is 3 tackles for loss for Carter. Pierce was impressive. Kind of as if I was not thinking about it, we were running the ball to the right. It seemed like Pierce was making a play, and he did get Lovett twice behind the line of scrimmage on 2 of the little jet sweep tosses. And Jordan Thomas here, 6 tackles, nothing really standing out. Amari Thomas did get hurt there at the end, 2 tackles for loss. Francois and Herring each with a tackle for loss. Had Pierce and Herring each with a sack. No turnovers for Georgia. Just a really, really clean game. Did struggle some at stopping the run. Tennessee didn't throw the ball a whole lot. Didn't have a lot of success through the air, but they were definitely solid when they did. Thought we ran the ball good. And I thought we threw the ball well. Beck did get away with what would have been a likely pick 6. But, we'll take it. But the turnovers definitely let that game get away from Tennessee for sure. And we will advance the week. I'll go over top 25s. We'll kind of take a glance nationally at what we did have some guys visiting as well. We'll see if we get any commits from that. I would think that we do. And we do. Taj Shaughnessy, 4-star middle linebacker. We get George Ayadale, defensive tackle, 4-star. Reggie Hobbs, 4-star strong safety. Trevor Rahman, 3-star strong safety. Bunch of commits. We're leading for a bunch of guys. It's really going to be almost too big of a recruiting class for what we have coming out. We'll kind of see how things shake out with that. Jalen Walker, 3 tackles, 2 sacks, SEC Player of the Week. And yeah, next up is UMass, and then we have Georgia Tech, who's been pretty solid. We'll take a look nationally here at what happened in Week 12. We had Oregon blasted Wisconsin, Texas blasted Arkansas, North Carolina blasted Wake Forest, Alabama goes out on top against the Pandas. Notre Dame has now lost 2 weeks in a row, if I'm not mistaken. This is another upset to what was a 2-7 Virginia team, 33-30 there. Virginia with the Cavaliers with a win on the road. Ohio State 36-31 survived Northwestern. Rutgers is upset for the first time this year, 27-26 by Maryland. Kansas State beats Arizona State. Oregon State beats Air Force. Nebraska gets back in the win column with a 3-point win at USC. UCLA wins by 8 over a Washington team that has really struggled this year after the loss of Kalen DeBoer and all that, those great offensive playmakers. LSU 35-27 over Florida. They are ranked number 19 at 6-4. Arizona 41-42 in a shootout win over Houston. Colorado upsets Utah 41-38. The statement win for Dion and the boys there. We'll just take a quick glance nationally. Defensive stats don't really show up great on the national level, but we'll take a look and just kind of see where Beck and some of our offensive guys are standing, and then I'll just take a look the SEC level as far as defensively, because we got a lot of guys that are actually leading that you don't get to see. Carson Beck is 5th in passing yards and passing yards per game. He is 4th. Beck's 35 touchdowns are the 3rd most in the country. The 10 interceptions are obviously higher than we would like it. From a quarterback rating perspective, as far as quarterbacks that are actually playing, 1, 2, 3, 4. He's a little bit farther down on that with the turnovers. Rushing, ETN in the top 10. His 8 rushing touchdowns are going to be a little bit farther down, but actually not much. I mean, ETN's been really solid for us for sure. He is 8th in rushing yards per game. Receivers, we spread the ball out enough where nobody's really standing out, but at least the last I looked at it, Delp was the leading receiving tight end. He looks like he's going to be an award winner. As the best tight end is there is Delp Air. You see the top tight end. 11 receiving touchdowns for him is also well up there. We'll take a look at the SEC as far as defensive leaders. It's a lot of dogs. I can tell you that right now. Ellis Robinson, freshman slot corner, is leading the SEC in total tackles, with Malachi Stark, small-minded, and Raylan Wilson also being very high up there. Former dog here, Xavier Sorey, is having a good year there at Arkansas, so good for him. Whole lot of dogs here at the top as far as tackles for loss. Jalen Walker, the most sacks that Georgia's had from a single player in a long time, up to 12 sacks now. A lot of tackles for loss there at the top. His 12 sacks are still second behind Tyreek Sapp in the conference. I believe, yes, Monin is leading the conference in interceptions. Had a good year. I have obviously missed some tackles with him, but he's having a good year. Dalen Everett with 4 picks is tied for second. He's taking 3 of those back for touchdowns. Almost a guaranteed, I would say, pretty much a guaranteed All-American just with that stat line alone. But, yeah, we're in a good spot, and we will leave it off here as Georgia is falling down to number 4. The committee just can't seem to make up their mind where they want to rank us. I mean, Oklahoma jumps us without playing a game, and okay, Ohio State almost lost to Northwestern and somehow jumped us despite the big win for us. But anyway, doesn't matter yet. Everything is still fine. Oh, need to check conference standings. Let's look at the SEC. Yes, at 7-1. I don't know how that would play out if Oklahoma does not lose another conference championship. So we'll see. I believe Georgia is in the SEC conference championship game, but I guess we'll see what the tiebreaker and stuff entails if things come down to that. But yeah, thank you guys for checking it out. If you're seeing this on YouTube, like, subscribe, leave any feedback, and I'll catch you guys next time. Thank you so much for tuning in. Peace.